Good evening. Today I thought I'll read a little bit from this book, Dastan-e-Ghadar. This I translated from the original by Zahir Dehelvi from Urdu in 2017. And it's a very important book because it is an eyewitness account of what happened in Delhi in 1857. So before that, I am going to read a passage from Zahir Dehelvi's account of Bahadur Shah Zafar. Now remember that after the uprising was over and Delhi was, the British breached the Kashmiri Gate and entered, they managed to either kill or chase away most of the nobles who had any loyalty to the Mughal emperor. Now, Zahir Dehelvi was one of those. He was chased and he ran and he managed to escape. And then in 1864, he was given amnesty and came back to Delhi. Till 1864, he lived in the courts of Jaipur, Tonk, Alwar and Rampur. And he had no reason actually to praise the Mughal emperor because he knew that it was the British who was ruling. At the time he writes this book just before his death. And he has no reason at all to praise the Mughal emperor. So whatever is written with a lot of sincerity and a lot of truth. How Mughal emperors cherished their subjects. Urdu में इसकी जो chapter है उसकी है बादशाह की रियाया परवरी. This order also ended with the house of Timurids. खानदान तैमूरिया कहते थे ये लोग अपने आप को मुगल, तो पोर्चुगीज ने इनको नाम दिया था, ये अपने आप को मुगल कभी नहीं कहते थे, खानदान तैमूरिया कहते थे. This order also ended with the house of Timurids. The Mughals valued their subjects and this Rayyat Nawazi has no parallel. It cannot be found in any other kingdom in history. The subjects of the Mughal emperors were considered their progeny. और ये बार-बार हमको मिलता है बेगमात के आंसू में भी, जहाँ बहादुर शाह जफर दुआ मांग रहे हैं कि जो हिंदू मुसलमान हैं वो मेरे बच्चे हैं, जो मेरे रियाया है, subjects हैं. Once some Hindus along with officers of the British government hatched a plot to throw all the butchers slaughtering cows out of the city. The British government gave orders stating that these butchers should take their shops out of the city. They had all the shops within the city closed. When the butchers realized they had no choice but to obey and lose their means of livelihood, they banded together, took their wives, children and possessions and came and camped on the river bank under the Jharoka, जहाँ आज MG रोड है लाल किले के सामने, वहाँ जमुना बहा करती थी और जो वो पार्क है वो रेती कहलाता था, सैंडी बैंक. तो उसी के ऊपर झरोका तो आपको दिखता है मुसम्मन बुर्ज में दीवाने खास के बगल में. So they came and camped on the river bank under the Jharoka. From there they appealed to the king, asking how can we leave our city and go away. The cherisher of subjects, the emperor, heard their petition and gave the order that his tent be pitched alongside theirs on the river bank. Whatever is the state of my subjects is my state, he said. As per the decree of the emperor, the servants immediately took the imperial paraphernalia and installed it on the bank of the river. As soon as the British resident heard the news, he came running to the emperor and respectfully asked, Huzur, what are you doing? All the people of the city will come and stand here with you. Basha Slamat replied, I am wherever my subjects are. My subjects are my children and I can't be separated from them. Has flesh ever been separated from the fingernail? Today the butchers have been given orders to leave the city. Tomorrow it will be some other community. The day after it will be another one and these orders will continue. Slowly the entire city will be emptied. If the intention of the British government is to empty the city, then tell me so in plain words. I will take all my people and go and live in Khwaja Sahab. Khwaja Sahab क्या कहते हैं मेहरोली कुतुब साहब ख्वाजा कुतुबुद्दीन बख्तियार खाकी. Since you have control over the city, Shahjahanabad, you can do whatever you will. The resident was taken aback. Huzur, don't even think of such an action. I will redress the complaint of these peoples immediately and settle them in the city. Huzur, please have your camp removed from there. The resident gave orders for the butchers to go back to their houses and ply their trade within the city as before. The tent of the emperor was removed. At another instance, the British government gave orders to the ghosis, that is the herdsmen, जो गाय पालते हैं, दूध बेचते हैं, to take the family and cattle and leave the city. अब आपको मालूम है घोसी किस मजहब के होते हैं. They were told to go and settle outside the city. There was tumult in the city and once again the herdsmen, milkmen brought their families and cattle and came and camped on the river bank. Once again, the emperor, the Rayyat Panah is the refuge of the subjects, was so destroyed by the cries of the children and distress of the cattle that he gave orders for his tent to be pitched alongside there so that he could share their sorrow. Once again, the resident came and pleaded with the emperor and gave orders revoking the previous ones so that the herdsmen could go back to their quarters in the city. This time the emperor told the resident, "Look, do not exile my subjects from their homes in my presence. After me you will be in control and can devastate the city." उन्होंने कहा ईंट से ईंट बजा देना, और वाकई उनके एग्जाइल इम्प्रिजनमेंट एग्जाइल के बाद ईंट से ईंट बजाई गई शहर पनाह की, शाहजहानाबाद की। 14 सितंबर 1857 के बाद शहर तबाह किया गया। From Kabuli Darwaza to the Qila, from Dariba to the fort, from Java Masjid to the Delhi Darwaza, from Kucha Bulaki Begum to Khanam Ka Bazaar, from Khan Dauran Khan's Haveli in Daryaganj, thousands of houses were razed and destroyed. Delhi was turned into a desolate land that looked like a flat platform. ये किताब जो है ये बहुत ही ज़रूर पढ़िए इसको, क्योंकि ये पहली जंग आज़ादी की आई विटनेस अकाउंट है, आंखों देखी है, और इससे हमको पता चलता है कि क्या क्या हुआ, क्या क्या कुर्बानियां लोगों ने दी हमको आज़ादी दिलाने के लिए। इस आज़ादी को सस्ता मत लीजिएगा।